No, they'll come.
They're gonna be added on.
Right. And we are here. We are in the land of the living and live. All right, we are back for another episode. We got Anthony Davis, not to be confused, the first AD, and we got my guy from Cambridge representing Charlotte, Leicester, with always the I think low key in my Instagram world, where we get probably our most hits, Lester's a favorite because he just has the most outrageous Yahoo opinions. But it's all right. We can talk more about that at some point. The lover of all Boston teams. Um, I want to start with the NFL. And now the NFL is creeping up on us a little bit. Do we still feel the same about our top two in the AFC and the top two in the NFC? And once again, before Lester says anything, I have two teams. I have a player in a team. Lamar Jackson. I love the Ravens because of Lamar Jackson. I'm a diehard Bears fan. When I first came here from Barbados, it was the first team I saw. Walter Payton is top 5 athlete for me ever. But as our mind changed, are we still? Is LA there? Is the Seahawks back? Who's the dude from Buffalo that we used to argue with on the original pod?
Josh Allen.
Nah, on the pod before. Lester used to go back and forth with him all the time. Noah was on there, Dana was on there, and he used to love Buffalo. He might have lived in Buffalo. Ralph?
Yes, Ralph Florane, I think.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to Ralph, wherever the hell you are.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a Joshua Allen fan too.
Okay. That's cool. But where do we are? What are your thoughts about? Has it changed at all?
I started off. I still got the Rams representing the NFC. I think they're gonna host the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl's in LA this year. I do think they're gonna be the representatives of the NFC, and I also think Aaron Donald's gonna come out of retirement. For my AFC team, I don't know. Like, I really don't know um, who my favorite is right now. Um,
I think.
I mean,
Go
go ahead,
ahead. Sorry.
Les.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Nah, go ahead. Nah,
I was gonna say,
I really don't have an NFC team right now. Like if you ask me who I think is contenders in the NFC, it'd be different. Like, do I have one team in NFC? I'm
All right.
just,
I mean, let's just go with the favorites. One
you know,
team in AFC, one team in NFC. So you got Rams and who?
I got the Rams in the NFC, and I'll take in the AFC.
It's early,
Uh,
so we
I,
just
I'll go with a sleeper. I'm gonna go with a sleeper. I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Chargers.
what? Okay, risky. I mean, we got a lot of conversations about this before we move forward. Les, what about you?
It's a dark
my picks aren't really changing. I think the Rams are going to get to the Super Bowl. I know a lot of people are hot on Seattle, but I don't believe in their quarterback. I think, and I guess you could say that's because I'm a Pats fan and it's sour grapes and whatnot. But I just don't think that guy is going to duplicate what he did last season.
I don't think it's Sam Donald though. Les, to be honest with you, no, I mean, when you lose the Super Bowl MVP,
Walker.
that's
Yeah.
not yeah,
Running
that's
back.
nothing. You just that ain't an easy replacement.
Hmm. I think the Rams. You know what? And I really think Denver. I don't. I'm surprised no one's really talking about Denver. The more I think about it, and I hate to do this because one of my best friends, who's like family, is a Bronco fan, and if he sees this, he's gonna talk trash. But I really think the Broncos got a shot again to the Super Bowl.
They got good coaching.
Yeah, I think they could do it. Their defense is strong. They can run the ball a little bit. I think we're gonna see if their quarterback's for real. I think he's pretty good. Is he Drake May? Is he Josh Allen? Is he Jackson? No, but I think they have everything that they need. And then back to the NFC for a second. I think this season we're gonna find out once and for all about Jordan Love. I think Green Bay has a potential to contend and push the Rams. Maybe
Do they got wide receivers?
they have young guys. They don't have anything proven. And then there's always Detroit. There's Detroit. I think the Rams are gonna have to fight Detroit. They're gonna have to fight. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm not saying Green Bay's. I think this is the year we're gonna find out how good Jordan Love is gonna be. Is Jordan Love? And if Jordan Love's good, I think Green Bay can be really good.
Jordan Love is average. He's average. Who are you?
You know what it is?
Yeah.
He had a couple good moments, and then we all big on Love. Like you said, he's solid. He's not really good or great yet.
I think he has all the tools.
Lester Hines,
just
tap
keep
dance
happening.
kid, man. Tap dance kid. I've never seen anyone tap dance. I mean, Gregory Hines.
No,
they
make
have
up your
nothing
make
on
up your
you.
mind, Lester.
They have nothing on you. You name like 5 teams and didn't pick one team yet, bro.
Are we not talking about contenders?
I thought he said pick one from the AFC and
Yeah,
one
I said
from the
Denver,
NFC.
and I said Denver, and I said.
He said Denver, he said the Rams. He did. He
See,
said
so
Denver and the Rams.
the thing about calling people out, my friend,
You
you
named
gotta
like
do
4 or
better.
5 other
If
teams.
you want to
bro.
be
Okay.
like me, man, you're gonna have to do better. You're gonna have a better memory. You have to recall things much better.
You're
I
a
know
good
you got
brother,
it
but
in
I
you.
But you brought up
absolutely
Detroit,
don't wanna
and you
be
brought
like
up
you.
Detroit, and you brought up
Right.
Corey,
brought
I know
Detroit
you have
and
his
Green
back,
Bay.
Corey. I know you
I
have
don't
his
got
back.
anybody's back.
I know you
I'm
have his back.
mediating.
No, because I think those teams have legitimate. Notice the words. Words mean things. I said those other teams could potentially push the Rams. They could push
He
the
did.
Rams.
He did.
So we're talking about an NFL season. I don't think the Rams or Denver is going to walk through and be 15-2 or anything like that. But I think they both are the favorites to go to Super Bowl, in my opinion. Now,
Okay.
it's just my opinion.
I'm mad at that. Maine, who's your early pick for the AFC and the NFC?
Watch this.
AFC, I'm going with, besides New England. No, I'm going New England for AFC. NFC, I'm not going with the Rams. I'm going with the Lions.
Okay.
I'm not mad at
That's
that.
a dark horse. That's a dark horse.
I mean, yeah, we can talk about sleepers at some point. In the NFC, I'm going with Seahawks. I think they're going back. In the AFC, as much as I love Lamar Jackson, I think that Denver's going. They just got too many weapons and they got a good defense, right? They got a great defense actually. They got a great defense. Turn around and watch that. Okay. What's it? You gotta drink some juice. Drink some juice. Sorry, part of my daughter's always a part of the session. No, go ice.
Cool.
So transitioning really quick. Now that Maine's on here, I'm gonna get right into Maine's topic. And Ant and I was talking about it before. This youth basketball situation, not basketball, youth basketball, but this basketball hoops issue in Boston. I want to apply to the topic that Maine presented, but I can't because I'm struggling with it. So, Ant, I'm gonna let you go first.
So I think there's a few things that's why the men's basketball in Boston has been down. I've been talking about this almost every summer for at least the last decade. There's no coaches no more. there's no core guys. So like I don't like comparing eras, but like even in my era, like I knew I was gonna play with my same starting five. It didn't matter what tournament it was. I knew I was playing with my five. We might have added a sub or two, but the core was always the core. And every week when you see these tournaments, these guys are playing for somebody else. So when those guys are playing for somebody else, it hurts the quality of the play. There's no continuity. These guys are playing with each other off each other's names. So as a fan of the game for the men's basketball in Boston, well not even just in Boston, just in Mass, it's hard to watch because the quality of the play is not good at all. Not the players. We have great talent, but the quality of the game that we're actually watching sucks. And it sucks bad. Like I haven't seen somebody go backdoor in at least 5 years. Just a read and react. Just a dribble towards somebody and just go backdoor. You don't even see that anymore. You barely see pin down picks. It's just everybody goes one four low
Yeah.
and
ISO basketball.
I don't mind the ISO game because at the end of the day you're gonna have to score over your man, but it's how they're doing it. Like they just come down every time it's one four low. One four low. They're not even like setting down screens first, getting into it on the wing, and then clearing it out for one side. They don't even do that. It's just whoever has the ball is bringing it up and they're going at you. And it's hard to watch. Like I said, like it really is.
The best player in high school outplaying the guy that played at Oregon or something like that. You know what I mean? I feel like we have a product issue. I mentioned that to you earlier, and I think if we just increase the quality in the product, it'll get back to where it is. I think we get so excited about these out-of-state names, right? And we don't take it personally. We make it so easy for people to come in and to kind of take our money. And that I think that's a distinct point that Jermaine made. So I'm trying to figure out, like, where is the brand loyalty, but also what is the brand? You know, so, and then in the post, people are blaming LeBron, and I'm like, damn, y'all find any place to blame LeBron. All of a sudden it's LeBron's fault, but for low and tell everybody pat one foot in the paint, and then force everybody to close out hard, and then all of a sudden, whatever, they don't score. But I think when you have those situations and they're playing for the content, instead of or coaching for the content and playing for the content, that's what happens. So it's tough, but we also we do know that we do have some talented players around here. You know, I love my guy Dana Tate. I love Dana Tate. Dana Tate, if you're watching, I saw your video after you guys won yesterday, and you're all in the camera and all that other stuff. Man, you was that dude before you got up in the camera. Let's go get some more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, or can we take the best, and I think the best teams, the older heads do it. Like they travel in packs and they go to Chicago, they go to the thing, they bring a Boston team.
I speak from that personally because I coached.
Correct.
I was the coach for that from 2016 till about 2020, like till around the pandemic. So I at least got 2 cracks at it. A lot of guys didn't want to play.
Do you remember the first one when they had Rashid Alkali and Demetrius Nichols?
Yep.
I was like, yo, this is must see. Like, you know, I think Roger Robertson and I don't mean to cut you off. Roger Robertson and I were talking about BNBL and like how we could improve BNBL.
Oh my God.
Right?
We could talk about that too.
And
I got some words for that.
Yeah, the thing is, like, there's another opportunity right there. But I think what I was saying to him was like, yo, you got to build the 60th anniversary of BNBL. BNBL is the oldest league in the country. right? Urban League of the country, right?
Yep.
If there's a great opportunity in the 60th anniversary, not this year, next year, or I think the year after, to really do something great. And I said to Roger, bro, put together a committee, make it big, bring in all the Hall of Fame, the BNBL Hall of Famers, give them all a jacket, build up to it. So for the Roxbury Dorchester game, you just make it competitive year round. Start your own, go on somebody's podcast, call out the best players. Like, I ain't being selfish, but like, shoot, Usman's still playing. He's 6'9".
But
they just beat Nigeria.
See, here's the thing with a guy like that, though, and this is just me personally, because I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a line on Usman for him to play. I've just known other new mission players like Asante, who I was able to get.
Yeah, you had
and then I didn't even know Usman was from Dorchester.
Yeah,
I found that out later on, because I would have been asked someone like that to play. Some of these guys don't want to play. They don't want to play outside. That's number one. And some of them just don't have any interest in playing. They don't want to play for like what's on their chest. I spoke to a guy from Dorchester yesterday. I won't even say his name. He said he don't like the roster, and he told me that if they wanted him to play, they would have to pay him. And I was like, wow, really? And I was kind of taken aback by that.
I feel you then.
But I was like, yo, like to play for Dorchester, you got to get paid, like, and it's my guy too, man. I love him, so that's why I ain't gonna call his name out.
Oh my God.
But just thinking like that's where the state of it's at right now, where the money aspect has kind of taken over the love of the game. Like, how much can you pay me? How much can this guy pay me? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's taken away.
How old is that person, if you don't mind me asking?
Good.
If you don't mind me asking, how old was that person you talked to?
He was in his late 20s, maybe early 30s.
Okay, I just was asking. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
You good.
You get a McDonald's gift card out of me for that. You bugging. And Lester, I don't know how much you're into the scene down there, but Carolina courts. I've been to Carolina courts down there in Charlotte. Yo, and Kemba Walker, he sponsors a lot of the leagues down there, and it's pretty dope, man. We don't. I remember somebody hit me up about a Pro-Am, but then I don't know. Does anybody know what happened with the Pro-Am? I
know about. So remember when Stevie Haley had his Pro-Am?
Yep.
So what happened was it started getting difficult getting the coaches to sign off on it. The paperwork was starting like that's why he only had it for like 1 or 2 years. He couldn't, like, he was having a hard time with these guys filling out the paperwork. And then some of these guys are pros, so they're leaving, getting contracts, trying out other places. So the league basically died down. But
do y'all got something going in Cambridge and Charlotte, Lester?
Say that again.
Do you guys got something going in Cambridge and Charlotte?
Well, I haven't been to any local games in 617 area code in a long time, so I'm not privy to that. But I can tell you in Charlotte, in Rock Hill, actually, more so Rock Hill, there's a lot of competitive basketball going on, and it's starting from the youth. The youth is extremely competitive. Now, I can't tell you if North Mech kids are playing for South Mech kids or any of that stuff, because I work too, so I don't have that type of insight. But I think from what I do know and what I see being out nice inside as you guys, you might appreciate or not appreciate this. I think it all starts. The younger these kids are, to the older they get, and the way they're treated from young to the way they're treated as young adults, the power that they have to say, to make I never knew you coach, so, might be, but I don't want to assume, but I gotta imagine if you liked it enough to coach, there must have been something that you didn't like to make you stop coaching at some point. And only you could really speak to that. But I feel like the way
coaching though, right, man?
I'm sorry. Let me clear that up. I do still coach. It's just the summertime basketball, like the tournaments. Like I used to coach in. Like I don't do as much. I really just pick my spots with certain stuff now that I coach in. Versus like before,
my fault for assuming.
It's all good.
But I guess where I'm trying to go without being long-winded, because I do that at times, I apologize, is that I just think it's a culture thing. I don't want to knock Boston. Because I don't really think it's a Boston thing. I don't know if it's only
we ain't rocking right now. You should. What do you gotta do?
Yeah.
That's the point of it.
Well, hold on. To a certain extent, because our babies is rocking right now.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get that understood. On the boys and girls side.
My
high school
babies is rocking.
necessarily the talent or anything. My criticism is really work ethic and attitude in all these places. I mean, I remember, God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant was like, these kids don't even practice in AAU anymore. And this was years ago. He was talking about how bad AAU is, and how like, to me, it's stunning to hear that kids and young adults want to get paid to play local basketball to represent their city, their part of the city. To me, I never knew that was happening. But I shouldn't be surprised, because we all have been in group conversations where people are like, get that money, and they don't care about education, and they don't care about this. They just focus on the almighty dollar. So is all this really that surprising that money has leaked its way into local basketball, and you can now bribe a person to play on your team and have say how to set the roster and all this other stuff?
To this extent, yeah, I'm shocked.
So let me tell you, but let me put it to you like this, right? If I grew up in this era, I will make money off YouTube. I would just have somebody follow me around, watch me destroy people around the world. Literally.
Yeah.
And I'll go viral.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with that. But I feel, and maybe I'm old, I get told that all the time. I remember when I never played at your level, Ant, so I'm not trying to compare how I played to your play. But, when I grew up in Cambridge, I played in NC, I played with my crew. We go to Hoyt, we kill dudes. We go to St. Mary's, kill dudes. Sometimes we get killed, but we always play with our guys. We're going to either...
Right.
I think Cambridge still does that. I think Cambridge and New Bedford, they still do that.
Yeah. Okay. So
all those cities that you just named, like New Bedford, Brockton,
Lawrence,
they still play together.
Springfield.
Right.
Springfield. Yo, listen, let me tell y'all something. For what Springfield got coming? Listen, man. I go to bed thinking about like stuff like that. Yo, some of these folks, they starting to figure it out. But
I remember riding my bike all the way to Lynn with my friends to play in Lynn at some little project off of Route 1A where the basketball court sits in the middle of the projects.
Oh, that might be where Marion Gardens is. That might be
Marion Gardens.
It's a long time ago.
Sounds like Marion
Gardens.
And we felt, even if we win, we lose, it was... we really cared that, we from NC, or we from Cambridge, or we from, or I don't know how this has become, and I don't want to blame any NBA stars or anything like that, because I think it's beyond that. I think it's just a new generation and what they value compared to what we valued at our ages. I just think it's different.
The quality thing is just, I feel like. I think everybody made great points. I just think about like what I want to see. No one feels dominant anymore, right? And I think what we were able to do as a group here, all of y'all, to y'all credit, what we were able to do is like figure out what's wrong with the NBA, right? I don't know if y'all know this, but oh shoot, I don't know if y'all know this, but what I mean by that is we figured out that the NBA is fueled by when we first started chatting and going through this, we were like, yo, you know, NBA's having these issues, and then we were like, yo, the NBA thrives on rivalries. And then once the Knicks got with the Spurs and they got a little juicy with the rivalry, and now we got rivalries with like, yo, the New York, Philadelphia, and Boston games, or any of them playing the Lakers. That is as 1980s as this could get. With Detroit being good, like think about that 5-headed big city monster and Chicago approaching.
Chicago's definitely on the way up.
Right. So if we're talking about the men's leagues and it's the lack of competitive nature, because I don't know if this is a LeBron thing, but like guys coming together and joining up to when they should be rivals. If I can blame LeBron, I will. So maybe I can, you know.
Well, I think LeBron televising that whole thing is what people are trying to make it seem like, because, and again, it's happened before LeBron, but I swear he gets blamed for any and everything. But it's happened.
How he does it, though. It's
how he does it. It is how he does it. That's a factor, right? And even the Kevin Durant thing because I think that kind of gets swept under the rug. Like, yo, you know he joined.
I don't get swept.
You know, what Kevin Durant did is worse than anything LeBron did.
Right, because
like we all agree with that.
He joined a 73-9 team, like from the following year he lost to up 3-1. Like that's way worse.
Yo, the hatred for LeBron has like swept that whole KD thing under the rug. Yo, where were you all? I mean, I don't mean to pivot, but where were you all when y'all got that news? Y'all remember?
Oh, I think I started crapping all over Kevin Durant in our group when that happened.
That was around my birthday week. I'll never forget that. That was around my birthday. Week because it was around July.
I just remember
watching the news.
I just remember my brother. Like I'm like, man, I gotta see what KD go. He's like, dog, you didn't see what that bitch ass nigga went? I'm like, damn. I'm like, nah, where you go? He's like the Warriors. I said, oh my God. like that. Everybody, we all knew nobody in the NBA could compete with that. We all knew that.
I was practicing for AAU Nationals. Yo, I took the ball and I kicked that shit. I kicked the shit out of that ball. Yo, I was so bad. And it wasn't about like, you know, anything else other than
don't
like,
lie, tell the truth.
Huh?
Don't lie, tell the truth.
No, it wasn't about LeBron. Stop it. It wasn't about LeBron. It was about no one else getting a chance. Right? It was about no one else really being able to get a chance. And I thought about some other teams in the league. And I was like, yo, it's just over.
You know, I'm gonna shoot LeBron some bail, believe it or not, because I said it earlier. Yeah, a lot of stuff blame you could go and you could. I don't think it's just a LeBron thing. I think it's a generation thing. He just happened to be good enough in the right place with the right people to do what he did.
But he's the face of the generation.
It was like, watch this, I can do better. And it was gay that he did it. I mean, I shouldn't have said gay, but it was whack that he did it, right? But I think it's a generational thing. I think people think about those conversations we used to have about people leaving to go from not to go to college and rather go make a couple of $100,000 in the G League. You know, because and they're like, get that money. Like they and the way you get that money is you ask for it, you accept it, you get notoriety, you try and get on, you get in the news, you know, you do all these things that quite honestly isn't natural, that and drives passion. None of these things are passionate. if that makes sense.
So Swell, can you hear us?
Swissy.
Yes, sir.
So we're talking the I don't know if you saw Jermaine's talk earlier today, but he's talking
Oh yeah,
about
Swit
what is wrong.
was all on that post.
Okay.
Swit was on the post.
Elaborate
Y'all
on what you think is the
y'all keep lying and being nice, man. I thought this was a real podcast. All this fucking lying. There's a few things, all right? This is what's wrong with this shit, all right? First of all, we don't have anything that's a Boston brand basketball tournament to filter down.
How am I lying if I said the same thing? Anyway, go ahead.
No. Listen, I'm not talking about you. See, I'm talking about from Maine's shit earlier. Then I said it was too many money tournaments, and everybody got mad at me because there's too many. If you got 5, if you got 2 and 3 in Boston, you got the other cities. The other cities always compete with us. That's why they're still strong, because we don't have nothing that's from ours that trickles down. And we don't have that one branded tournament after the shootout is left that really talks about real inner city Boston. Then we don't have inner city Boston no more. There is no true Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, any of that no more. Because the real people that made the city and made that, they can't afford to live here no more. They're not here. You know where they're at? All them other places y'all just talked about. You know what I'm saying? You can't get a real Roxbury team no more. You can't get a real Dorchester team no more, or a real Mattapan team, Hyde Park, whatever you want to throw in there, right? Because they're not here. And we don't have, the last point is we always been talking about, we don't have a system and a filter anymore. BNBL is utterly terrible. It's awful what we put out for the BNBL product for the last 10 years. It's more of a song, dance, pony show, just to say we're still doing it because we was the first in the original. We got too many old people involved. We got too many people stuck in their ways. We got too many people that are not qualified, but they're cool and they're popular in all these pockets, and it doesn't work. We just seen that with the situation we just had at Madison Park. I won't name names or what happened. We just saw that. Everything I just described is the problem and the issues. Then the people that are the most qualified, got the best resumes, never get the job in Boston. Ever.
I want to touch on something that's still.
Oh, okay. I think everything you've said in pockets all makes sense, and I agree with it. I think some of it's a little.
I had more, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead.
Some of it's a little conflicting, but because I truly believe, because I don't like, if the people didn't leave Boston and they didn't go to New Bedford, and they didn't move to North Carolina, Maryland, wherever they moved to, New Hampshire, I'm not sure that the younger generation coming up would even respect those dudes. Guys, man.
They would have no choice to respect them. They would have no choice.
Especially in the ass busted.
You had no choice. That's my point. That's why we're not being honest. Because the culture was from the neighborhood. You know, you had the neighborhood guy get the job with the neighborhood city, and he worked at the neighborhood community center. You don't remember those days?
I do. And this goes back to something that Corey McCarthy said earlier today.
The city.
Just give me 1 second. I saw Corey post this on his Facebook page today, I think, when he mentioned something about shooting. Corey, can you touch on that? You were talking about.
I'll tell you what he was saying. He was basically saying, because everybody blaming Mayor Wu about all these shootings. She's not putting the guns in these people's hands. Shootings were happening well before her. When Menino was here, when Ray Flynn was here, you know what I mean? Like, she's not putting the guns in these kids' hands. You know what I mean?
And
she's getting blamed for it.
And I relate that to this, and it might be an extreme, but I'm relating it to this because I truly believe, or see better yet, that our generation isn't respected. It's just not like the way it used to be. So I don't know. Again, I think everything you said is legit. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm not so sure that the generation cares. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't live in Boston anymore.
You clearly don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're missing. So Les, you're missing some of the things that's going on in the town that you don't really hear about or you don't see. You know what I mean, it's a lot of BS. Like what I wanted to touch on, what Stiz was saying, right? How can we be like? How can we be better, right? See, when we grown up, right? DPS worked well with the community centers. The community centers worked well with Boston Park recreations. That's no longer. That doesn't happen anymore, Les.
That's sad.
DPS it's the neighborhood. I'll even take it a step further, right? And this is a great topic. The political plants have now populated the city jobs. While it was nepotism back in the day, the community guys still got the job in the community center. Now it's like, yo, if you get your people to vote for me, I can put y'all somewhere. And then I need you to do me a favor that does a favor that does a favor. And now the people that work in those jobs, to the point that I made earlier, don't live in the neighborhood that they serve. And it's problematic, and it's what it is diluting the product. Yeah. And we have to. I think this is a good way to like call that out. It's definitely a good way to call that out.
That's a great point. And that's what I was saying. There's no connections to neighborhoods anymore, and the neighborhoods are not authentic anymore because the people are not there. And what Brother AD just said, you had the people from the community having these jobs, working with the other people from the community in the different divisions of the city. Now you have a whole bunch of people that are transplants, not from here, and it's political. It's a political clique. You do a favor for me, I do a favor for you. I get you a job, you run off on the plug, and then what's left is what we have, where there's no true ecosystem at all. It's been eroded, and this is what really hurt us in Boston. When Boston was making that switch from old Boston to the new Boston, we got lucky because we didn't have an uptick in crime during the switch. Now that the people, everyday people, can see what Brother Corey just said, that it's political and we have nothing to do with it, we're going to be erased. The eraser's here. Now you see the response, but people are catching up 10 years later. We're always the last one to see and notice what the plans are. The plans now. Go ahead, Brother C. Go ahead, Corey.
Muted.
Corey, you're on mute.
Let me give y'all an example of a dynamic that's happened as well, right? I think Steve and I spoke about this on a Sunday a few months back. If you looked at Hyde Park High, right, 20 years ago, maybe 23 years ago, it was the only school in Hyde Park, right? This is me speaking to the sort of pipeline. Why the pipeline is like disrupted? Because there were always prep schools. There were always private schools. Like, don't get it twisted, because these have always been around, right? MCI was a thing. New Hampton was always a thing. But what I'm saying is, if you look at Hyde Park High in 2005, the next school was 3 miles away, right? When I got to New Mission in 2012, right, in Hyde Park, by the time I left New Mission, Academy of Pacific Rim, Max Charter School, Boston Prep, Edward Brook, Rock, and I think there's another one. There are 5 high schools with new buildings around the school, within a mile of the school. And people are like, yo, BPS can't get the talent. Shoot, there's freaking 30 more schools. You know what I'm saying? So but to the point that y'all have made about signatures and brands, where is the space where we could pull them all together? You know, and shout out to Shabazz, because Shabazz, as y'all know, me and Shabazz are more than invited. Obviously, Steve will be there. Y'all more than invited to come to camp or work at camp with Shabazz. What Shabazz is talking, and you can look at his interview yesterday, what Shabazz is talking is very real. Shabazz is like, yo, I had a tribe of people behind me to help me. Right now, what I'm seeing with kids is that I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing one or two guys sort of shepherding kids in other directions because the community doesn't own the brand of play. Yeah. And I think that's an excellent point. So what he's talking, but there's also people in Shabazz. I'm not going to call them out. There's also people in Shabazz's seat who are like, nah, I need that 150. Meanwhile, I've been saying for 3 years, black kids are being priced out. Well, kids, period, urban kids are being priced out of youth sports.
Yes.
So there's your conundrum, right? Because you're only going to end up getting the kid that play in the money league who has come from a double parent home and medium or high income. And why the hell would they go? Why the hell were they going to play in the hood for free?
It's funny. It's funny you said that, Corey. I want to touch. I want to touch on a point, right?
Church.
Like he just said. Like my daughter goes to Brookline public schools, right? Every sport my daughter wants to play, I have to pay $400, and that's not included.
That is a fact. My son went to Brookline. Biggest mistake I ever made.
$400, and it used to be $300. Now it's $400. And their whole conference, the Bay State Conference, from Walpole to Newton North, they all charge their kids. And think about this: if your kid plays 2 or 3 sports, that's $800 to $1,200.
At if you're not counting the individual, you're talking about the athlete per sport, around 2,400 athletes.
Right, and then you gotta look at it too. Them schools have more kids than us. Like Brookline has 2,800 students. So at least 1,400 of them are playing at least 1 or 2 sports.
Yeah.
That's why they're getting all those. That's why they be able to get those buildings built and all that, because they're paying for it.
Yeah.
We're not paying for it.
To touch on something Corey said, I maybe because I was born in a different generation, but if I was paying like Ant for my kids to play a sport, I would also encourage my kid. I would probably even force my kid to also play whatever that sport is in the hood, because to me that brings character, that brings toughness.
Yeah, let's
it brings you things that you're not going to get at Brookline High or Milton High or Weston High or Wesley High. It's not great. It's great to play in those places and provide your kids your education, but at some point they got to go home to get that umph. And
I agree with you, Les. I agree with you. But
I think
here's the problem.
Just aren't doing.
That flipped. But it flipped now. The tougher kids are the prep school kids. They're not the inner city kids, especially Boston.
And not only that, how about this?
Most inner city kids are not tough. They're not playing. They're not tough. They're not physically tough, and they definitely not mentally tough.
So maybe
the prep school kids are the toughest kids.
So maybe the fix here really is what I think we've all said at certain points in the group from time to time, is that the fix is getting the inner city schools right. So now you don't send your kid to a private school or to move to a different city to get a better education. Let's get the people who are working for us to fix.
That's always gonna happen, big bro.
Yeah,
that's always gonna happen. You're talking to a person. I went to Jermaine. I went to Dorchester my freshman year. I had every prep school in New England looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every prep school in New England.
One and done.
Like you would have thought I was signing a letter of intent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, prep schools are after me, Les. That's why I went to Lawrence Academy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what prep school was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what prep school was. All I knew was high school basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And because I got a name, now everybody's come. Yo, you ever been to prep school? You ever heard of this? You want to come for a visit? Wherever we class you, you're young. Wherever we class you, you get another year of high school to play basketball.
The reclass thing is a gem.
The reclass thing is crazy.
If it's done right. But it's also, if you talk to college coaches, they get mad because
they do.
They get to see, you know, everybody. A lot of people know I'm pretty. I can't say we're not as close as we used to be, but I'm pretty cool with Shaka Smart. And Shaka, he just can't stand. Can you? Hold on.
Uh-oh. Daddy
y'all got that. Hold on.
We got shit.
So let me ask Steve and Maine a question then. A real simple. Well, it's not a simple. It's a simple question, but probably a difficult answer. How do we fix it?
It's a lot of things. It's not just one thing, Les. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that attribute to that, man. Like you said, one big thing is that, like, and it's hard to do in BPS because of like what's happening with the budget cuts and all that.
Yeah,
is we need more black men. How about this? We just need more inner city teachers in BPS schools. It's hard for a teacher who comes from Acton, Massachusetts, to relate to an inner city kid.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's what's going on a lot right now. Because at the end of the day, I'm not mad at those people who are coming in from Western Mass because they know BPS pays the most, so they're trying to get their top dollar. So I understand that, but those teachers are also scared of our kids, so they can't relate to them.
You ain't gonna get me to walk that. You ain't gonna get me to defend that. I'm 100% with you. Everybody know I talk crazy.
Like, Les, it's so bad. Like, you know, I work in the gym. Like, there's times that like my principal had brought kids from out their class for me to discipline them in the gym. That's not my role. That's her role. Or the administration
some game. Go ahead, Ant. Start.
You know what I mean? So a lot of our babies that are getting taught are not getting taught by our inner city people. They're getting taught by the outskirt people who are petrified of our babies. And it makes it hard for people like myself who really care about our babies, and we got to do extra work. And then it gets tiring too. You know what I mean? Then you lose people like that. They're so tired of trying to fight the system. Now you just lost a good employer that could help the babies. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of that going on. We're losing a lot of people. Great staff that could connect to our babies. And
I mean, if honestly, if you got, and going back to the algorithm, right? I don't know if reclassing is good. It works for some players, but the college coaches are mad because they don't really see them. A year older is a year older. And some prep schools, when you have your eligibility, because you know NCAA only takes the first 4 years. The 5th year, you get to play basketball every day and work out. You become a different player. You actually could gain 3 years. Your game could jump by 3 years. But then you get against that grown man. Because now with the transfer situations, you're playing I don't know if anybody heard, but the average college player now is 20.
Yeah.
So your 17, 18-year-old ain't walking in and playing right away, and then you're mad? You think the coaches, Calipari is telling you, right? I'm going after 23, 24. I'm going after the Yaxos. They grown men. They grown men. You know. But another piece is what the suburbs are doing. And I used to get so mad. I don't care if you're from Andover. You can listen to me. You can listen. And I'm cool with the coach, but I'm gonna say this shit right now because they got it figured out. They're looking. We don't ever hear about the suburbs and reclassing. Want to know why? Because they reclass the kids in 7th grade. That is the algorithm. They reclass the kids in 7th grade.
I'm gonna tell you who's doing that right now. They're making a killing off it. CM.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
CM. I just like last year. I did their home. Like I did a lot of their middle school. I did a lot of their freshman games. They reclassed their whole entire seventh grade roster. And the reason why I know that because they had one of my kids from the Mildred, and they reclassed them.
That's the algorithm. I remember when we would go out there and play them. I'm like, yo, this white dude, man, he got the veins pop. He got the insane. And one of the parents was like, nah, for us to compete because we got to pay, because that's different. When you're to your point, Ant, if you're out here paying $400 a thing, you're gonna do whatever it takes to compete, right? So when you see a lot of the suburban kids go to prep school, they're not repeating 10th grade again. Think about all the suburban kids who went to a prep school out of a public school. They're not reclassing. You wanna know why? They did it already. So if
I gotta be honest, I'm not a fan of that. Because it happens here too.
I'm not a fan of
But this is the thing, Les. A lot of people don't know this, right? Because I had the opportunity to do this. Matter of fact, Cooper Flag did it.
Yep.
You can reclass back though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like Cooper,
as long as you have the requirements, right?
Right. You still got to be a good student.
And I don't mean to cut you off. And tell me, it's about one class and one class only, algebra.
I know.
So when you see me like pushing this program, now I have to get kids algebra, because here's the thing: if you take algebra in 8th grade, you can substitute. You can fail calculus AP, and then you can substitute the algebra. And all of a sudden, you omit the requirements. You can class up.
Or you could do what I did: take calculus and count it towards your college credits. See, I did that.
And then you get into the APs. Like there is an algorithm for success, and the suburbs are beating us at that. And I'm still trying to do the dirty work in terms of like when I first got back to BPS 3 years ago, we only had 7 schools that were NCAA eligible out of our 31. Now we got 29. So like they were out of 31 schools, only 24 of them. If you had a player who could play in the Division 1 or 2 level, they were ineligible. They would never get through the NCAA player house. We've cleaned that up significantly. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is like when we're talking about the branding and Steve talked about the community. Steve, move your phone because we can see your phone. When we talk about that, we have to have the serious conversations about that, because I'm not going to be mad about the 7th grade reclass as much as I would the other one, because the 7th grade reclass, some kids are just not mature enough. And if you're telling me that a kid is reclassing for some math and some additional reading, so they could then go in and their rich parent could get an apartment. I'm rich enough to get an apartment in Boston, so they could go to a BLS, a BLA, a freaking O'Brien, a New Mission or Fenway. Yeah. Yeah. You're doing that shit too, but we're not. And all the things that white folks do that makes their kids straight and great, we are frowning on each other about doing.
That's right. And we're not only frowning, not only are we frowning, but then we tell on each other and we fight each other about what makes a person better. The more you do something at a competitive rate, the better you become. Practice. And we can't even agree to that. We don't control our neighborhoods. So if you don't control your neighborhoods, you can't control anything else. And that's where we lose it. We're going to people that don't like us, that don't want us there, that want to remove us, and asking them to give a shit about us. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. And now we're seeing that. We're seeing the new Boston. We're seeing what new Boston looks like. It looks like that you're not in it. You're not there. especially if you don't understand the new political, infrastructure and how this political game works. You're totally lost.
I wanted to talk about sports tonight, but
Okay, go ahead. My fault, brother.
no, that's all right. And let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Let's talk solutions now, y'all. What's the solution?
I'm not sure, man. I'm really not sure. I'll be honest.
All right, let's go to Steve. Let's go to Steve Antbless, and I'll cap it off.
Okay, I got solutions right off the bat. First thing is we need to take, our public schools and reconnect them, like everybody was saying earlier, to all the other departments. And the one quick way you can do that is everything can't be college. We got to go back to the schools being a magnet school. When I graduated from Hyde Park High in 1990, whatever, I was. you like that, AD? You know what I'm saying? Hyde Park was a machinist school, but also within Hyde Park, we had the Academy of Finance, which I was a part of both of them. We have to take and implement schools to give more than just books in sports, like it once was. You had books, you had sports, or you can get a trade. We have to do that. That just has to be it off the rip. And those trades have to be real trades, like a sports academy, refereeing, things of that nature. That's how you quickly see the change in your community. My last point is this. It got to go back to the family. We got to, understand that the first infrastructure that makes anything best is your family. Black man, black woman, black child first. That's where we start at. Then we hit the schools and we go from there. One more point. We only fight institutions and organizations with institutions and organizations. We have to have real institutions and organizations with real resources behind them to get the work done. And I'm finished.
Church. Appreciate the education.
We gotta all work together. Stiz just said, like I brought up before, we gotta bring back those relationships between us in the community. Like, there's no reason why we all have the same kids. How is BPS beefing with community centers, and why are community centers beefing with Boston Park Recreation? We all have the same kids. They're the same kids. They need us and we need them. You know what I mean? So we gotta find a way to work together to put more programs out.
I think the community centers would be a lot more impactful if they didn't have the ability to rent gyms.
Right, and that's another thing, Corey, you hit on. Like
if they didn't I'm sorry, say that last point, Corey.
If they take away the ability for them to rent the gyms out.
Oh,
they had nothing. Gotcha. But my whole thing is, right, man.
You ever go to a community center and just hear the balls bouncing and just be like, yo, I can't get in?
Man, they're gonna jump for that.
My thing is, right, this is what I wanted to bring up to y'all, right? Because this is a bad situation, right? So y'all know I ref, so I'm repping BNBL, and I want to say last Tuesday it rained, right? So the rain site is the Shelburne Center, right? You know the Shelburne told us that we can't use their scorecard.
Of course they did.
Why?
That's the Shelburne.
Why?
That's how they've been for years. You know the answer, AD.
But that's a problem. That's a problem. This is why they don't have more than 20 kids there. This is why they don't have kids there. Like the Shelburne used to be a staple in the community. Nobody knows about the Shelburne anymore. They have nothing there. Nothing.
1,000 Black Men League used to be there. Draft.
They have nothing there. Now they told us we're not letting y'all use our stuff. You have to call Raj to get the for him to bring the score to the score clock that y'all been using. Like what? Y'all have one right here. And y'all have a team that plays it. That's playing.
I mean,
Wow.
That's crazy.
sometimes the community ain't always community.
And that's a problem.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
just
It's
saying.
for the
We're
kids.
talking
It's
about
not.
solutions, right?
It has nothing to do with the organization.
Community has to be community for us to have the solution we want. I think like there needs to be a group of people that just come together and have like a guide to surviving Black Boston. Like a PDF page on how you survive Black Boston, because it's a real thing. Because the word I've been using is like intercultural. We have a lot of intercultural problems. That means the problems within. We're trying to fight everybody else, and we have all these problems internally, and that's like one of them, right? Like, I don't know, and that's the thing. Like, we're also on our soapbox because, for the most part, we grew up in an era, y'all, where it was real violent. In the 90s, shoot. Yo, 146 people shot and killed, 146. 146. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. So I think when we're talking about solutions, I think the first thing you have to do is to really like call the community out, bring them to the table, offer them to be a part of a solution, create do this need what I call like a needs assessment, like, yo, what do y'all need to be successful? And then like come up with a strategy after that. Because to the point, it's actually, this conversation is great, but it's also very sad.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah. Because I mean, not to pivot off real quick, getting back to it. I was challenged with the task, right? And AD, I thought you saw the post where they were saying it's tough to name 15 to 20 really good players right now in Boston that would be able to play in some of these leagues. I know I'm pivoting back to something we talked about, and I'm tasked with
You're
that.
You're talking about adults or
adults. Just
Adults.
like if I was going to get guys to play in like a 10K league right now, only in Boston could I name 15 players that I would go pick to play.
All right, so let me. Here's the thing, right? There's an era. Boston doesn't respect anything that happened after Charleston. They don't. They don't. They don't respect anything that happened after Charleston. And you know, like I remember Paris Massey went to UMass Lowell from English. I don't know if he's still playing. I mean, I could go down a significant list. Or maybe something happened in our community that prevented some of these folks from elevating the way that, because there's a lot of 40-somethings who are still playing 30-somethings. But I can tell you, if you drop a school, I can tell you that Dorchester House era is one of the greatest eras in the history of basketball in Boston. Like, to a point where we got to start interviewing. Let me give you a breakdown. All right? Dorchester House, the Beantown Slam, a shout out to Stiz and shout out to Nugget, when it was in that little gym, O'Brien's walked in the gym. Chris Flores played at NJIT. Kuku, Northeastern.
Tough.
Troy Robinson, Tuskegee. Ike Azatian led the nation in rebounding, Quinnipiac. Okay? Wade Selden. Oh, Westy came in. Hakeem, Willie Holloman, Gerard Coleman, Jerome Cohen. Okay?
Yeah.
Madison walks in. Radio.
Malik.
Malik. The Peterson.
Peterson Bernard.
Oh, and they had another 6'9" kid.
Travis.
Huh?
They had Travis. They had Eggy.
So
They had a lot of.
Hold on. East Boston walks in. Right? East Boston walks in. Jared Calhoun. Freaking Richie. Fresh. Right? This is all BPS.
Wes Perryman.
Like, oh my God. Perryman, Kenny.
Jamal
You
Judge.
see what I'm saying? So, and then Charlestown walks in. Shabazz, Ray Vaughn, the kid Bama. Right? So, like, the key piece that worked then was the brand. And I know I was coaching girls at the time. And I was coaching, New Vision, we got our heads kicked in. But because of that, we started kicking ass. Because of that. EC beat us so bad that next year, we came back and won the shit. And it was like, because it just felt, it was that competitive. North came in. Greg Kelly went to Yale. The African kid. The 7'2" kid, that was deaf kid. Tevin Faison and his brother. Like, there's no brand for that to happen.
I got a question. So they still have the Jackson Man thing for high school?
No.
Or is it just B-Town ball now?
It's just B-Town Slam, that's it.
Okay.
And they're in Quincy.
Right. I know they're right at the Boys and Girls Club in Quincy.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
that's a problem though, Steve.
But where are those players? Because they're supposed to be the ones leading this shift in the culture, because they were a lot of folks I named. You know, maybe because something must have happened, because Chris Flores don't play basketball no more. Peterson ain't playing nowhere no more. And some of them
Chris still plays,
but he don't play. He doesn't want to be competitive in any of it, right? Cuckoo, he ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the heads that Jermaine's coaching and all that stuff, and they're close, damn near close to my age. So, like, how old is Demetrius Nichols? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nichols is a year younger than me.
Rashid Al-Khalid. I know, like, all I'm saying
that's
is,
my era.
we have, stop, let's pick that up. We have a gap that happened in the post-Charlestown dominance where the players are out there, right? Like, I don't know, if I had to take a pick out of any player that I would play in anything right now, I'll go get the twin, because I know he's gonna pick up somebody 24 feet, and he's the first guard to get Defensive Player of the Year in the Little East. But because
I just saw one of them recently too.
It's him, because the other one isn't Lowell. It's him. But
okay.
I used to drop.
He plays in the JBL, man.
Yeah, I thought I saw him up there.
He plays on the black team. He had his head in a ponytail.
I also think, like, that post Charlestown era, we just need to go get those kids. Devin Palmer out of Hyde Park, right? Played at NCCU.
His name is on my list.
Devin Palmer's dad, Lloyd Palmer, played at Hyde Park.
Lloyd played with me.
Lloyd Palmer is one of the toughest sons of bitches ever.
Hold on.
Right?
That's Devin's pops?
That's Devin's pops.
Me and Lloyd played together in high school for 3 years.
Yeah, all-time leading rebounder and scorer at Wheaton College.
Yo, that's crazy. I remember
Lloyd.
He was a monster at Hyde Park.
Yo, man, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. You're not going to name 15 to 20 people.
That's crazy, though.
I can name that can play right now. Well, what's the criteria? I'll give you 15 right now.
So I feel like
no. So tell me the criteria first.
The criteria was it was around, like, you know, the conversation was built around guys flying players in and all this stuff, because there's not enough talent in Boston for something like let's Lynn, for example, yesterday, like the 20K, like D Tate, he played with the Lynn team. So it wasn't even a Boston team.
Disgusting.
Doe lost the first day. So, but they're saying, like, you can't find 15 guys that can compete in a money tournament right now in Boston. That was pretty much what the criteria.
You definitely can.
And I
definitely
think
can.
like
You know where they all at?
Corey, but they gotta be in the hood, Corey. We can't just name people that's from Mass. They're not. They don't be
I'm
here.
talking about from the hood that can
all
play.
Boston. It was only
All Boston
guys.
kids.
All
No,
those
I
kids.
know what you're saying, man. I'm talking about Corey. He's saying it like he could just do it around the rap. I want to hear you name these people. 'Cause I think like it ain't too many people who are good, so I want to hear it.
They're at Hoop Alliance in Brockton. I keep it a stack. They're at Hoop Alliance in Brockton. You can see the rest of them at the church league.
Now listen to what you're saying. I'm not going to get anybody from no damn church league to compete for 20K plus.
No,
I hear you,
here's what I'm trying to say.
I'm telling you the two best leagues to get those high caliber guys. They play from.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, I got you.
They play in Hoop. The Hoop Alliance in Brockton is the only NCAA sanctioned basketball league we have in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And those guys float from there to Church League. Did y'all know that?
Did not know that.
Hoops Alliance is the only NCAA sanctioned basketball tournament. And all your D1, D2, D3 JUCO hitmen play in Hoop Alliance. But you won't go there because of who runs it. It's Brockton. He don't claim Boston no more. So nobody's gonna go down there and ask him anything. So that's what I'm saying. We don't be having honest conversations, man.
It was a guy from Boston? Okay, I didn't know that. So you're hipping me to something I did not know.
He's born in Boston, but he claimed Brockton.
He ain't a Boston guy though.
I'm just telling you, like
He's not a Boston guy. I know what you're talking about.
I know you. I'm not saying no name. I just say the league. I know you know who I'm talking about, AD. I'm just saying, like, you from his league alone, you could have a great team to go play 20K without other people that was in Lynn. I would take the top 10 people from Hoop Alliance before I took anybody that was out in Lynn. And I'll win that motherfucker too.
So here's the thing, right? And
now here's the thing though, fellas. Are you picking a team that's just gonna beat teams in New England? Or we talking about teams who's gonna beat teams from Chicago, Texas, Los Angeles?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I've been trying to get at. If you take those 12 players, forget 15, because if I'm coaching, I'm only going to play 9. No, I might play.
Well, it's about naming the player. Doesn't only mean the roster. So
right.
We're just saying.
So if we were able, because what they do in other states, what they do in brotherly love, what they do is they get those players, they go to other states, and they practice like crazy. And they get the right coach who's not some guy who's fronting the money. They pay the right coach. They pay the right coach.
Yeah. Everybody gets paid. No broke Boston shit.
They pay the right coach. Yeah. You mean to tell me if I could take
broke Boston shit?
Listen, Devin, my bad if you hear this. You know you play for
paying referees $30 a game to ref that shit too.
And you know I love you, but if I get a team like that, I'm telling Devin, listen, man, you're 45. Devin off the catch and shoot is 45% from 3. Devin anywhere else taking the 3 is like 25%. If we were able to get no matter who we name and we practice and you pay the coach to be a good coach instead of some dude with a towel in the back of his pocket and freaking rings, it changes the dynamic because then you could put together the team that wins versus that can win with the chemistry versus the individuals because the individuals are the ones that are screwing it up for us right now because you have to appease the individual. They brought Zaid Hurst, the YouTuber. You know, and Doughboy was my student. You bring Zaid Hurst in. Zaid Hurst is an Instagram YouTuber that plays one-on-one. You think he'll get out here and try to get 12 assists? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to
the popular, cool, non-resume guy is across Boston, a whole spectrum of basketball. Coaching, players, officials, administration. That's why we're a joke. Let me tell you something. Hey, watch this. Let me tell you something that most of y'all probably never heard of, or some of y'all might have. When people get to New York City, they call like 3 people in Boston. They're not coming to Boston. You know that, right? They'll go to Hartford, Providence before they come to Boston. Do y'all know that, right?
I believe that.
They're gonna call. They're gonna call.
The Hartford Pro-Am. The Hartford Pro-Am is ridiculous.
I work in the
Hartford
Hartford
Pro-Am. I played in the Hartford Pro-Am. I played in the Canyonland Pro-Am. I played in all of them, bro. Trust
It's
me.
now called. It's now
top 5.
It's now called the Capital City Pro-Am.
Okay.
It's Capital City. I've been working in the last 8 years. They have a WNBA referee that works with the NBA officials for the Hartford Pro-Am.
So
yeah, let me tell you, man. These fraudulent frauds, man.
So, Maine and Ant and Steve, if we were to do a draft right now, who are y'all each name 3 players?
What's my man? I get them confused. I get them confused all the time. Azor, they both look the same.
Marcus Azor and ours.
Yeah, he's Brockton. He ain't one of us. He ain't ours.
Okay, Mark and Azor is not. So what's the other dude that looks just like him too? What's his name? I get the motherfuckers confused. They look like fucking twins. All right, go ahead. I got my 3. I'll let y'all go first, though.
If you go with your 3, who are your 3?
I would go Tate. I would go Uzman because you can't teach being 6'9", and then give me Bullet.
Anybody else? That's 3.
It's gonna get real spooky after Maine just talked.
Devin. I'll take Devin.
I'll take
Tate.
No, a different 3. Get a different 3.
Oh, different 3.
I gotta get a different 3.
So you get his 3. All right, we got his 3. Unless feel free to chime in. It's become a lot local, but we always value your opinion, and I know you're a learner.
I don't know any of these dudes, so I'm learning just by listening.
So Jermaine just put 3 on the table. Go ahead.
He said D-Tate. He said Uzman. And who else you say, man?
Bullet.
That's a good one.
Yep.
I know Bullet. Dorchester. Come on, don't do that.
Not Wayne?
No.
Nobody? Wayne?
Wayne who?
Wayne don't play no more? I'm just saying, would y'all put Wayne there?
Wayne don't play no more. Wayne working kids out.
All right.
You know what I mean? But Devin, Chauncey,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Finish him.
KJ.
All right, Steve, who's your 3?
I don't got none. They already named the guys I would have booked. I don't got nobody.
It's hard, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Asante don't play ball no more.
Who?
Asante.
Asante? I'm not. I shout out to you, Asante, but I'm not taking you.
That's one of your guys too.
I know.
Jesus.
All right.
Asante's teaching the game now.
Yeah.
Okay. Moses is
one of mine.
Okay.
All right.
Reaching.
Lyron.
Because Lyron Bennett definitely knows how to win.
100%.
And you know how to play. I agree.
Yep.
All right. And here's one that people probably don't even know. But he only was third in the nation in rebounding and double doubles, even though it was Division III. Malik Lorquette from UMass Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Block shots galore. Rebounds, everything. And y'all, and if we're talking Dorchester, he got the accolades overseas in Dominican Republic. Not because he played for me. I'm going Kevin Nunez.
Oh,
Because he's
shit.
played against everybody who's good. Like, and he's done well.
And
I'll be honest with you, right?
Kevin is
We
tough.
just named about how many players we just named?
9 and 10. I got more because we got to get into the forwards. Because Usman right now and Dana are
I'm gonna keep it real with you. That team is chips that we just named.
No. But what you're not saying or seeing. Hold on, no. What you're not saying. What you're
Like,
not
what are we
saying.
talking about?
When you're not saying or hearing is that with the right practice and the right coach, they could play a style that can help you win.
So now we on some Boston shootout shit.
Yeah, we are.
I miss those
I'm
days.
telling you. Hold on. The ask was to create a team.
yeah,
Right?
y'all funny
That
shit.
you
This
know-
nigga 18, man.
I believe can compete. I have seen. I can see Lyra in the pick and roll. I'll take him. Right now, is Spencer still good enough to play?
Who?
Spence still plays?
He
I
said,
haven't seen Spence play in a while.
Spencer's still active. Yeah. Spencer's still hooping.
Spence still hoop?
Mm-hmm.
Spence still hoop.
Yeah,
Does Spence hoop, or is he like?
I know
He's
he's
just
training,
playing.
but if it's Spencer, I know he's still hoop. How old is
Spencer's
Spencer?
still
Here we go with this
37?
shit.
I'm just asking.
Yo, dog, I'm just letting y'all know, dog. Like, you know, we're talking about a national team, like going against Chicago's,
100%.
Florida.
All I'm saying
Check
is
goddamn
there's
numbers.
more.
Slade all over
What
the
you're
country.
what you're
just-
saying
Y'all-
and seeing.
Right.
What you're
right
saying
coach
and
right
seeing,
thing
bro.
is everything.
What you're
Did y'all
saying
see
is
the
seeing
TB team?
error.
Say it again. What'd you say, man?
I said the right coach. I said the right coach with this team. I think that matters in terms of how this team will compete. You can't just. You have to treat it like any of those other states that have teams where they're practicing together, where they have the right coach and stuff like that. I think all that type of stuff matters, though.
yeah, but we still
So
missing
let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all this.
We still missing something that we always miss, and this is why we don't do shit right here. We saying all this, and what we missing? What are we missing?
What do we? You tell me. What are we missing?
Where's the
That's
fucking
what I
money at? Where's the money at?
No, that's a whole other conversation. We're just
Nah,
talking
it's not, but that's the problem, man. That's the problem, man. It's the problem. We always want to have these grand conversations and don't got two pennies to rub in. And then we throw it together and then we on the phone, yo, can you do a favor, cuz? And that shit comes up chips.
Yo,
What does that have to do with putting a team together, though, Smoke?
Because you still need money. Because you gotta have to have the coach, you gotta have the facility, you gotta have the gym, you gotta have all that in place, bro.
I think that goes without saying. With the
No,
base
but we
of the
always
conversation started.
but we
with
okay
the
then you
team.
got it. You got it, brother. You got it.
Big bro, you're right, Steve.
I
But
hear you,
what
Swift. I hear you, but that wasn't
what they just saying is they just trying to put the team together. You're absolutely right, Steve. You gotta have, of course, you gotta have the bread to be able to run.
What's the goal? What was the
Hey, the
what's the
coach.
mission of
Absolutely right.
finding these 15 players? Are you like putting a team together, or is this just like legacy type of thing?
No, it was just
No
a
legacy.
challenge that people said that we didn't have enough players inside of Boston just to make a team to compete. That's what the base of the conversation was.
Okay. So I think so. Then I assume, and I want to assume, but I assume Steve, when he's talking about money, he's talking about infrastructure. So, okay.
He's 1,000% right.
Got it. All right.
Wait, Jalen Adams? Nobody's taking Jalen Adams?
Jalen is overseas right now, smoking
Hold
good
on.
blood.
Hold on. Stop. We're not. That's subjective. Is anybody taking Jalen Adams? If Jalen Adams were available, assuming people are available to play.
Roxbury
I'll take Jalen.
I would
All day. I
I'll
love
take
Jalen.
Jalen. I'll take Jalen and boot somebody else. All right. So now we're taking Jalen.
Who you booting, Corey? Say the name.
It's a lot of names I'll boot for Jalen.
Oh yeah, I mean there's a lot, but here's the thing: I'm not booting anybody until we get to 15. So continue.
Where you all at right now? I lost count. I'm
We
sorry.
had like 11 and 12, something like that. And I'm gonna keep it real. The team is chipped.
Cheat and take a couple from the bridge.
Yo, he said Boston though. Is that
Boston?
Like,
I mean,
he said Boston.
I can kind of.
Did we name Malik Abu? Does he still play?
Malik Abu still plays.
That's a good one, man.
Malik
I haven't seen Malik in a while.
That's a good one, man. If he
still plays.
Malik and
He still got it.
I mean, he's still. Let's see. Hold on.
I thought Malik was overseas last. I'm not sure exactly what country, but I thought he was overseas.
Yeah, I just haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Turkey. He's in Turkey. I think he's in Turkey.
Troy Gillenwater. Does Troy Gillenwater still play? Is he done?
Troy's my age.
You and Troy Gillenwater the same age? Nah.
Troy's a little younger than me, bro. I promise you.
Oh.
Troy was like a freshman when I was a senior, freshman sophomore when I was a senior, bro.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not.
And Troy's a killer. Oh God.
If we're talking about availability, right? Like,
But he's 40.
I know. I'm not talking. I'm done with him. I think there's some talent out there. If you have a front, I could win some games with Malik and Usman in my front court.
Now, see, Corey, I'm not mad at you saying that, right? I know you can coach. Just like Maine told me he can win. I played for Maine, so I know he can coach, right? But most likely, neither one of y'all will coach this team.
You're right.
Who would be able to coach this team?
We've been talking hypothetical. We've been talking hypothetical because we're like, what if, right? This is a what if. If we were able to do it, right? This is how we would do it. I'll tell you one thing. Like Chicago, when they go out and bust people's asses, they have a philosophy. This goes back to Steve's point with the brand. If you go watch any Chicago team play, the philosophy is always you are not coming down and shooting a three. Their offense starts with an entry pass to the post. They get it out, and then they make people start scrambling. Right? All I'm saying is this: you give me a front, you give me Malik, you give me a Usman, you give me somebody that could knock some shit off, knock some shots down in the corner, right? And then you give me like a tough. Who would be the tough ass defender? That's the problem.
Hey,
who would be the best all-ball defender?
That brother Bullet's one.
Bullet's tough.
On ball until they.
Chauncey's crazy on ball.
Yeah. I mean, Bullet and Chauncey, you have a problem. Bullet and Chauncey. Woo. I agree with AD. Bullet and Chauncey, man.
So if you go Bullet, Chauncey, Dana, Usman, and Malik, you can beat some teams. May not be.
Now this is the thing, though, Corey. Right? Since we picked Chauncey and Bullet as our backcourt, I'll treat both of them motherfuckers like Rondo. Shoot it. You can't tell.
Bullock can shoot that ball. Bullock can
I
shoot
think
that
Bullock
Bullock
is a little
can.
bit better than Chauncey.
Chauncey
Bullock
won't
is
shoot.
Chauncey,
Chauncey
yo,
won't
bro, Chauncey shit is all over the place.
Chauncey won't shoot.
Yeah.
He'll shoot it now.
Now?
It's just all over the place.
So I have a question. On average, how old are these guys that
They're
you're talking?
Well, the two guys that we just named are they're in their 20s.
Yo, Steve, you ain't shit.
Okay. So these are still young players that
Steve,
can
you ain't
go.
shit,
Okay,
Steve.
got it.
Steve, you ain't shit, Steve.
No, I
These
think
are-
AD said nigga shit all over the Yo, AD crazy. Y'all say I shit, but AD would have said it.
Like, dog, dog. And
Was
both of
Kellen
them
Grady,
know I love them.
Kellen Grady from Boston?
Who?
No.
Who?
No, Kellen Grady was I think.
Oh, hell no.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Look, I did text somebody. He didn't respond yet, but I text one of these brothers. I said, including yourself, give me a 12 from Boston.
Yo, and the crazy part is that next
You gotta
year,
smoke weed and think about that shit.
next year,
Think about
the Biv 10 is coming back to Boston next year, right? And it hasn't been a homegrown team from Boston in the
In
Biv
years.
10
And it won't be again, man.
No, you 1,000% right. Well, but there hasn't been one since the OP team with Monty, Courtney.
And that wasn't homegrown either.
Who's the ring on that team?
Which OP team?
The one that
Which
Courtney,
year?
Monty, Lamb, down Derby. It was Hops coached that team. That was
Okay. I remember that year.
Raj, Juke. That was all Boston.
That's what Eggy McCray and them, right?
Eggy
Was that year?
No.
All right, that's the year after.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the year after. Okay.
Yeah, that was an all Boston team. They beat teams from out of state, New York, Chicago. They beat some really good teams that year. That was all Boston talent.
Are you talking about? You're talking about the year that Monty and them beat New York in the chip, right?
Yes, it was at Derby.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And the lights went out. Correct?
Was it a Derby? I want to say.
Or the shot clock went out or something. There was no more shot clock. That's how Monty and them won.
I just know it was a Derby, so it might be right, but I just know Courtney.
You're talking about when Monty was dancing right on the court, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's the year that New York had DP, the big man from Fairfield.
No, I thought that was when it was at Madison, because I think that was when OP picked up Ricky Davis and Delonte.
That's the year, yes.
They lost.
See, that's the year. That's the year that Monty got into it with Ricky Davis. Remember, he shot the tag.
He took the ball from him.
Yeah, and then Ricky Davis walked off the court.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think what I'm talking about is the year prior when they won it at Derby. The Boston team OP won it that year, and it was just Boston.
Yeah, that's the year. That's the year that I'm gonna keep it real. That's the year Monty went crazy. He had 40. He had 40 in the chip, and they stopped using the shot clock. If they don't, if the shot clock don't get used, the game goes different. But
Okay.
They won. They won though.
Monty went berserk. He
had 40. He had a little under 40. He had like 36, some shit like that. He went crazy.
Now that we here with this, what player is the best? Do you think are one or two players are the best two players to not go pro or a successful pro career out of Boston?
Hold on, say it.
What
the question
one or
again?
two players that you thought were going to have a successful pro career out of Boston that didn't?
That didn't go pro out of Boston? That didn't go pro out of Boston and should have had a successful Boston career.
That should have had a successful Boston career.
Oh, so he went pro, he just didn't have a successful career. Is that what he's saying?
Nah, I think he's saying that should have went pro.
Should have went pro.
Yeah, that should have went pro. There's a lot of those.
There's a
That could
plenty
have
of them.
went pro.
Plenty.
Hey, Corey, you know who I'm going to say right off the rip, man? My fellow Blue Star. Played 1 year with him. I was very happy he graduated. I was able to shoot the ball when he left. Maurice motherfucking Coakley.
I heard that name.
He's a
Maurice
scorer.
motherfucking Coakley.
Let it stay in scoring.
On the whole.
Shout out to my dog Reese.
And so who else?
I'm gonna go Fred Rivers.
Boo's my era. Boo had a great 3 years at Dorchester, but he didn't want to see no part of number 10. Reese went over there and gave him a quiet 53. I was there live and direct.
God damn.
At Dorchester. 53.
Should he have gone? Should he have? Who else could have gone pro? And had a successful pro.
If Reese went to a prep school and wasn't being a gang member and a drug dealer at the same time, yes, sir.
Damn, just put it. Damn.
Golly. God damn.
Yo.
God damn.
Yo, can we put a delay on this show moving forward?
God damn.
Yo, it's all public information, and Reese know I love him, and he know anytime this topic comes up, I say that because I watched it live. I'll tell you a story, right? We second round in the States. We playing Oliver Ames at their crib. They think I'm Maurice Coakley. Motherfuckers put a boxing 2 on me.
Triangle and 2.
Triangling 2 AD. So, yo, check this out. This is why I gotta write a book. I snitch. Like, yo, I'm Steve Wilson. That's Maurice Coakley. Niggas had the triangling 2 on me. Yo, timeout, go to the huddle. 2 of them went to the huddle with me. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm averaging a cool 16, 17. That's Maurice Coakley right there, bro. It was too late by then. You know, Reese was already in his bag. So
That's a good story.
I got a couple.
I got a couple too. Go ahead, AD.
My first one would be Scott Clark.
Good one.
Whew.
I don't know. Les, you know who Scott Clark is?
Not off the top of my head.
So Scott Clark is like a little older than me. Like Scott's probably like 46, 47 now.
Yeah.
Scott was like a 6'5" legit shooting guard. Like legit. Like unbelievable range. The first player I ever seen shoot from half court jump shots. All form. And like I seen Scott go for 60s. I seen Scott go for 50s.
Jesus.
Like 20 was a bad night for Scott. Like I seen Scott go crazy nationwide.
Prolific scorer.
He was on like when I first started playing AAU, he was on the cover of the 1998 AAU cover. Scott Clark, top 10 player in the country at the time.
Jeez.
He was supposed to go to UMass. He had committed to UMass, but he had got in trouble and he never ended up. Well, he ended up going to a junior college in Fresno, and then he ended up getting incarcerated down there. My next one, I would say Wayne. No, not Wayne. I said Wayne. Tiny Turner. To me, Tiny has like a top 3 like greatest crossover in Massachusetts history. Like Tiny, Jermaine Watson, and probably like Mike McGee's probably like my top 3 crossovers in Massachusetts history. Like I seen all three of them like make a lot of people dance off their crossovers, and all three of them are different crossovers too. So I go Tiny Turner and Scott Clark.
Scott Clark is a good one. Scott Clark is a good one. What about you, man?
You made me think of one more. I said Boo earlier too, but I have to add one more guy to it. Kareem Horton.
Dream. He's a fighting hawk just like me, baby. We went to the same D1 school.
Yeah. Kareem Horton was just that guy was unbelievable with talent, man. You know what I mean? Like he was a wing player, super athletic. Like he was on that RCC team that won the national.
He was the leading scorer of that team.
Yeah, he was on that RCC team that won the national.
He averaged 30.
This guy was just unbelievable.
I know,
unbelievable gifted.
I know we're just talking about Boston kids, but goddamn, if this dude had his head screwed on right, PJ Douglas.
Who?
PJ Douglas.
Oh, I remember PJ.
Yo, PJ Douglas. There's not a human he stepped on the court with that he didn't give 30 or 35. PJ Douglas could jump out the gym. Like, I remember somebody went for a layup and he glassed it with his left hand and then glassed it with his right hand.
Yeah, I seen a couple people do that.
If you go on YouTube and watch, what comes up for him is like an all-star game, and he is just toying with people. And you can make the argument he's one of the most talented kids to ever come out of Boston. He just was an idiot.
The most athletic high school person I ever seen. I mean, he ain't from Boston though, but the most. So I don't know if this guy is in the same realm, but Curtis Bostic athletically was out of this world.
Absolutely. Hey, LES, absolutely.
Yeah,
he had video game athleticism in the house.
Yeah, it was. I remember because we used to have to play them every year for 4 years, and we had Obo Moses as our point guard, Colin, Brucey, Bobby Mickles. I can't remember who the other guys were, but this is a long time ago, and I've seen Bostic just pop up off the floor like he was Jackie Chan and and bang a rebound, like just get the rebound and all in one. Like this dude, I ain't never seen nothing like that in high school. Like I don't think he played in Brockton, so I don't know if he was originally from Boston or not. I don't know him personally, but yeah, that's probably the most athletic high school.
Brockton to Cincinnati. I mean, in that era, there were just so many athletic people like him, Bunny.
I'm about to say, Bunny's the most athletic person I've seen.
I'm from Boston. PJ,
Bunny was crazy, bro.
He's definitely 100%. PJ. And I think what I'm hearing though, that what I've heard as a theme is like the people who did the work didn't really want to get paid, and when they got paid, because the people understood that they should be paid. And I think for us, the pay to play and the pay to participate, there's a way now to get paid, but the cost of people getting paid is like the kids who can't afford to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So like now their folks tend to be underdeveloped. And my personal mission, as y'all know, is like
time out. I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm in sales, right? So, and I heard something that Steve said. I'm hearing what you're saying, Corey, and I'm wondering where's the money coming from? Like, who is like the person who's putting this package together to get the money to put a presentation together? Now that you can bring advertisers in, you can bring sponsorships and things like that. Like who are these people that look for those things to bring the money into these leagues, or to put one big league together? Like not shoot straight. What was it? The Boston Shootout with all the high
let
school.
me tell you something, man.
Great question, brother Les.
Great question, and you just brought back memories of That goddamn Leo Papil, man, he bought the Boston shootouts and turned that shit into the fucking BABC shootouts. Worst thing ever. Shit sucked. You hear me?
Mhm.
Shit sucked. Being
But
teamed by
and I'm not going to argue that, but I do recall that was a time where everyone went to BU to watch that shit.
I wanted to play in the Boston shootouts so bad. I can tell you the last game of the Boston shootouts was against New Jersey. Jay Will and Dante Jones against Scott Clark and Courtney Original. In
What year was that, AD?
1998, my freshman year. I had the plan already.
How many years since 98 was it down before?
I knew I was going to get a tryout my sophomore year. They probably would have cut me or made me an alternate. Junior, senior year, I'm on the team. Easy.
So let's take this question deeper. Besides you gentlemen, and maybe it is you gentlemen, who's the most influential voices that would have the ability to try and put a team together?
Here comes the problem.
To start a new Boston shootout.
Here it comes.
I'm going to keep it real with you, Les. That's a great question. And I'm going to be honest with you. Out of all the guys that I will recommend, none of them will probably do it because they know the headache is going to cause them.
That's right. That's
to be honest with you.
So what's the headache? Like,
the
I'm sorry.
This is the headache, Les.
You're about to see a whole new different person. I'm putting my sales hat on.
The headache is the ones that are qualified to do it will get called, and the ones that are not qualified to do it and they're popular and cool will be the main ones calling to say, why is he getting that position? And it will be a complete nightmare.
Mm-hmm. So I would submit, let's say you were the qualified person, Steve. And let's say Maine was the guy.
I'm the most qualified motherfucking person.
Okay, fine. You're the most qualified person, and Maine is the one calling, why are you getting this job? For
my lane, not for my lane.
For your lane. All right, whatever that lane is, right?
Not for my lane, I'm the most qualified motherfucking person, but that's why I wouldn't get it. But go ahead, brother.
So let's say Corey and I are the ones in the background organizing, trying to get funding to put this all together, find sponsorships and whatnot. We just ignore Maine. There should be someone in there to keep the pressure off of someone like you, where you're not.
Yes, I got the answer. I got the answer already, but nobody wants to listen.
So what's the answer?
The answer is simple. You got to do like everybody else does that's serious about this conversation is. Mm-hmm. You make a committee or a board.
Okay.
Right? Yep. You make a committee of board of Boston basketball, and then you put a criterion and a constitution in.
Okay.
For example, I'm going to one next month. Mm-hmm. My referee godfather and mentor, Ronnie Nunn, he's getting sworn in to the New York City Basketball Hall of Fame.
Sure. Awesome.
As a referee in play.
That's dope.
Fire.
Because they have criterias and a group of board. Not you can call this one and call that one. It's a board. They got criteria. They got a constitution. And if we did that, we would eliminate a lot from what we have now with a lot of people we talked about tonight that they're not qualified.
And how many heads do you think that it would take to make that happen?
10 to 12.
10 to 12.
Yeah. 10.
Well, gentlemen,
no more than that.
I think that's a baseline.
Yeah, I would really think more than 10.
Now this is the kicker, fellas, right? We all know we're from Boston. We hate on each other more than anybody.
Oh my
I agree.
God. Sickening.
We hate on each other more than anybody, right?
I agree.
I don't know if we could come up with 12 people on the board, right? Who's gonna be neutral enough?
I think we could
to pick the right person to lead us. I don't know.
You just gave me another challenge because I'm gonna challenge myself tonight, between tonight and tomorrow, to write 12 names up together who I think would be a board. I'm just gonna try a challenge and see.
I actually think you should make it 11 or 13 because
why odd number? Why odd number though?
I
Les?
like even numbers. I like
You only
even
split the
numbers.
vote.
you know why? Because if everything you're saying is accurate and we can't trust someone to be biased to run the whole thing, then we should probably have a voting system.
Watch this.
But Corey and Swill, I have two people already because Corey and Swill would be on that board for me at least. Corey and Swill.
Maine, I deeply appreciate that, but you put me and Corey on the board, you get shot at by.
That's right.
right.
See,
That's
I'm glad
That's
you said
cool.
that, Steve. 'Cause that was my next thing. You get 12 people on there, right? That people don't like. Someone's gonna get clipped.
See now that, and this goes back to what I got cut off. I never got to say what I wanted to say because
My fault. I apologize. Let's go ahead, brother.
No, it's not. It's not your fault because I think I was learning a lot during this last 30 minutes or so. At some point, we all have to do the greater good for everybody. At some point, all these communities and centers and whatnot that don't get along, that have different agendas, we're in 2026. The technology is there so that we can have a center in Mattapan, a center in Dorchester, a center in wherever, and kids can move from center to center, and the people that work in these places know what's going on. There should never be a situation where you need to bring your own scoreboard. There should be accountability. There should be things. There should be a sense of greater good. Like it should be that simple. I might not like you, and you might think I'm a dick, but at some point, it's not about us. It's about either the game, it's about the kids, it's about the future, and we just gotta agree to work within these boundaries. That shouldn't happen. No one should get clipped over this. Honestly, this kind of sounds like new Carnival arguing with old Carnival folks.
No, what it is, Les, though. Once power and money's involved in it, people change, man. People change, and you being on the board,
that is a fact.
People are gonna gain power, and some people abuse power. You know what I mean, and don't know how to act with it. People feel a certain type of way. I was exaggerating with the clip thing. I just think it's going to cause a lot of. It could cause more problems than it can actually help because of the state that Boston's in. Like we just hate on each other so much.
I got 4 names right now. I'm gonna keep going. My goal is
the Boston shootout with a 5 to 7 year plan. That's the thing. You need a 5 to 7 year plan. Because you could easily start with 4 teams, right? You get a team from Connecticut.
I tell you this.
Look, I'm reading from a cheat sheet. I'm reading from a cheat sheet. New York City, Basketball Hall of Fame program. Their executive committee is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's a lot of hitmen on here. They got a seven person executive committee.
Does that not sound like an odd number to me, Steve?
It is. I'm agreeing with you, Les. That's why I'm bringing it up. President, CEO, chief of people person, vice president development, board members, and then they get slick. They got a leadership ambassador and legacy council. This legacy council is something else. Mike Saunders, Mel Davis, Gail Marquise, Richard Lepchek, Ronnie Nunn, Kenny Anderson. And then they got an ambassador side. Kenny Anderson, Mario Ellie, Ron Nacelio, Tina Charles.
I take it those are all New Yorker basketball
all
players.
Born and raised New York City people.
You know, Boston could do the same thing. We might not have
I agree.
Famous NBA players, but we should have enough equity or of NBA basketball players from Boston that
We
could
got a
help
nice lineup right now that are live right now. We could go get Baz and what Baz is doing with 617. Dana Barros, which I personally, in my personal opinion, is the greatest basketball player from the city of Boston, Mattapan Almont. I think Dana Barros is the best ever from Boston.
Yeah,
Shit, I don't think that's far fetched.
I don't know who would debate that.
I get people that want to hurt me when I say that.
Well,
Jesus,
I'm
the man was
not going to
the
debate
man's
it
the
because
only
I don't
all-star
want to,
we ever had.
But if someone could put something together like that's solid and do all that, I could tell you, I could sell that.
I got 7
Like
names.
my thing is, right, fellas, I don't think the 12 people have to have like played in the NBA or anything like that.
No, hell no.
No. They gotta have
They just gotta have
influence.
credentials.
They need to have credentials, influence, be born and raised from here, and
Yup.
show that they're doing the work and have been doing the work. Resume, credentials, influence,
Resources.
Man, hit
resources.
me up in the
Yes.
morning. Let me know your list, bro.
I got
Yo,
7 names right now.
all AD. Listen to AD. AD is messy, man.
I just want to hear the list, though.
I got 7
AD
names right
messy
now
as shit,
on my
bro.
list.
AD messy as shit.
In my experience, in my career, and what I've done and been very successful at is finding ways to generate revenue for my employers. And I would love the opportunity, if there was ever an opportunity for a group like that, a board to be put together, because of the information that I know, the knowledge that I have, like there's grants that we can go get. There's all types of things that we can go get to fund this type of movement. To now,
the NBA just handed multiple $250,000 grants out to people.
Do you know the NBA? The NBA has to be a part of Pro
They
City
have
in New York.
to. Yes.
The New York, there has to be a retired New York Knickerbocker at every Pro City game. Do y'all know that?
No.
No, I did not.
Have to be there. They have to be there.
Mhm.
And Pro City is sponsored by Nike.
Look, all I can say is, if the hang up is people are gonna hate, then the people that hate just can't have anything to do with it. They can't have any say. They can't have any influence. They can't have a line to get to Corey and Ant to start bugging them, or to Steve or to Maine. It's gotta be. You gotta have a buffer to block all that stuff out. You're gonna have to.
Let me tell you, that's almost impossible. And I don't mean to cut you off, Les. Let me tell you how bad Boston is.
Oh, I know.
But listen to
you
this.
Get mad at me every time I say y'all would hate.
No. Listen.
Oh, Jesus.
Listen to this. So there was an event Wednesday and Thursday at Madison Park that I was able to, be a part of. A young person from out of this city put the event on. There was an older gentleman, older than me, I'm 51, that was chasing me down so I can introduce him to this young person. Because he said, I'm retired, and it seems like he's paying all y'all. I want to get paid too. Of course I then introduced this young person to this dude. Now I'm the. So in my mind is you could have introduced yourself by buying a ticket. You didn't even buy a ticket. You try to sneak into the gym. So why would I introduce you to this young man that's spending his own hard-earned money to you, and you won't even support him by buying a ticket? Welcome to fucking Boston. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is scary, and I think we were all saying this. It's a culture thing, and I think it's an at-home thing. I mean, I think we got to parent better. I think as a community, I'm old enough, and this sucks to say, I'm old enough to know that if my best friend saw me doing something wild, I might get an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? And then if I go home to my mom, like, hey, your friend hit
You don't
me.
put that cat down before I call
And next thing you know, I'm getting a second ass whooping. I don't know why this man has a cat.
Before
Like
I call Heathcliff. I tell y'all.
This is why I don't trust people who button their polos all the way up to the top of their neck.
Elias, I'm gonna let you slide because I got love for you, family. That's two.
All right, bye me.
Let me land the plane here with this. I think this is a great segment. I think I would love for us to, if y'all not busy on Wednesday night, for us to go to a part 2 because I have some questions. But I also want y'all to come to the table with some solutions.
I got a whole bunch.
All right, save it for Wednesday.
I got like 11
at that
names
point.
right
At that point,
Yo, man, I want to see your name,
Jermaine
bro.
is gonna
You know I'll
debut
slay
his
you. They some bullshit.
Jermaine is gonna debut his
Hey,
list.
I want to see that list tonight.
No.
Because
here's why. Because here's why. I'm gonna go.
Text me, man. Text me, fam.
Here's why. Because I'm gonna come back with my list of 15 players.
Okay, that's it. I said
I'm
12
gonna
names.
make-
I got 11
I'm gonna make those
right
15
now.
phone calls.
11.
I'm a cheat though. I already cheated. I text Lyron like, yo, nephew, include yourself. 12 people from Boston you want to play with.
Oh, that list is on this side. This is the list for the committee. The committee list is on this side.
All right, so we
list
got
is on
our. I'll give you a day, Jermaine, because I need to make some calls too,
this side.
and then we'll go from there. Everybody else, Lester, great. It's always great to have you, Lester. Even though you get on my goddamn nerves.
My dog.
I don't even see a black man. I just see the somebody that look like Lucky. Oh God. Always AD, and now that I heard that, I got to make sure that if that team is going to put together, I can't ever coach a team like that because I have to do the quit anyway. That's why I don't coach. And obviously Swell and my guy May for the support the Grove Hall podcast. And
Of course, absolutely.
Wednesday night, 9:00. We coming with the list. We're coming with the BNBL upgrade.
BNB, what is that?
We're gonna drop our ideas in terms of how we're gonna get ready for the 60th anniversary of BNBL next year. Peace.
No comment.
All the comments will be live at 9:00 on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.